Are you embarking on a weight loss journey and have absolutely no idea what to buy in the grocery store or supermarket? Hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. But if you're new, my name is Carla. I lost 180 pounds and in today's video I'm going to be sharing with you my weight loss supermarket grocery purchasing, stocking my kitchen essentials that helped me to stay intrigued with my food. Excited might not be the right word, but helped me to enjoy my meals as I was losing weight. I am a vegan or eat plant-based diet, so I don't eat any animal products basically. But a lot of the food that is included in this is something that you guys, if you are an omnivore or you eat any other kind of diet, is something that you probably will be able to gain from this video. Obviously no weight, because that's not what we're going for, is it? I have had my mum help me to film this, so bear with us. I'm not sure how this is going to turn out, but hopefully it'll be okay. But before I get into that, I just want to explain a couple of things. I lost 180 pounds. I did so through therapy and through the Body Slims program. I'll leave videos linked up here. I eat a plant-based diet, as I was saying, so I don't eat any animal products, and I intermittent fast, so I don't eat before 12 and I don't eat after 8 p.m, although that after 8 p.m. part is a little more flexy than the rest of my diet. Sometimes I eat later. It's, sometimes things happen. It's all good. Just because I intermittent fast does not mean that I eat less calories, it's just that my food is divided between two main meals and snacks. Then, for the type of food that I eat basically lunch and I eat dinner. My lunch is typically either a big old huge salad or some kind of soup, and then my dinner is some kind of freezer meal that I can slide into the air fryer and eat quickly, or it's a component bowl of different bits of veg and carbs and things that I put together, and I kind of keep things really simple. I don't believe in meal prepping. I think it is a nightmare. I just can't stand it, and I think that we place so much emphasis on recipes and meal planning and meal prepping and all this meal prepping. I do like meal planning, and in turn we end up just getting totally overwhelmed. So I just find ways of basically I eat some kind of vegan protein, some kind of carbohydrate, and a crap ton of vegetables, and that's basically how I make food. That's how things go. Yeah, and basically I've divided this into 10 categories. So we're going from fresh veg to frozen veg, all the way through and down to snacks and sweets. Anyway, let's get in. Let's go. Hey, princess. Section 1 then is fresh fruit and veg. This probably makes up about 50 to 60% of everything that I consumed when I was losing weight. Now, we haven't done this very well because we don't have like a full fridge. So I'm just going to show you what we do have in stock and the types of foods that we would always have. So the first thing being fresh veg. So things like peppers, lettuce, sugar snap peas, carrots, tomatoes, cabbages are amazing. So like this kind of, what's this one called, Mum? Mum is filming for me today. Sweetheart cabbage. And then red cabbage or purple cabbage, depending on what country you're in. Courgettes, I probably eat one of these, if not two a day. Cucumbers, things like celery. Broccoli is a massive favorite of mine. So they will be the Cavolo Nero. This is like a local one, strong. So it's got loads of antioxidants in it. When something is like this strong, can withstand. So any kind of lettuces or anything like that. And then we have some fresh spinach as well in here. Some of the food in here is from my mum's, so like that's why there's like dairy and meat products and things like that in the fridge as well. But these would be the main things that we would have, and they would be like the first port of call when we're making food. So that is the fresh veg. Section 2 then is frozen veg, and a lot of people would kind of poo-poo frozen veg, but actually it's amazing because when it's frozen quickly, it retains all of the antioxidants, it retains all of the vitamins when it's frozen like straight away. So things that I would always have, as you can see, this is like completely packed. Soybeans are one of my favorite sources of protein. They're delicious. These are just basically edamame. And these ones have been deshelled already, so they're out of their little pod. these kind of stir-fry vegetable mixes that you get, so they're already like, this one is from Tesco. It's got red cabbage, water chestnuts, sugar snap peas, yellow peppers, broccoli. So this kind of thing is so easy. Like you grab that and you grab some vegan vegan protein on the pan with a little bit of soy sauce. Really simple. Then petit pois, little peas. So they'd be kind of a good example of the veg, the frozen veg that we would have. We'd always have that, like at least those in stock. Frozen mushrooms are also really good because, you know, sometimes like things like mushrooms will go off really fast, and I find that having frozen ones are like, they're just easy to put together. You could also do broad beans or anything like that that's like anything frozen. It's still good to have, and they tend to be less expensive. And a big one that we always have is frozen spinach. These, like if I'm making a curry, I'll throw a couple of nuggets. They come in little nuggets like this. I would throw a couple of those into the curry, and it's super easy then. And you're just bulked up with veg. If you're making a pasta, you could throw one of those little nuggets or two of those nuggets in just as the pasta's coming to the end of being cooked. And then when you strain it all together, you've got the spinach already cooked in the pasta. Then section 3 is your fruit. Now, a lot of people will say that you're not supposed to eat fruit when you're losing weight, but that's absolute baloney. Fruit is a really great way of getting all of your nutrients into your body, getting your 5 a day, and you're actually supposed to eat 30 varieties of fruit and veg per week. So like we've had all of the different ones that I've shown you there, and just finding different ways of getting like little bits of fruit and veg into your diet. As I was saying, we have not done a full shop, so this is the worst time for me to do this, but this is kind of an example of what our fruit bowl would look like. These mini oranges, what are they called? Clementines, or like the easy peelers. You call them cuties in the States. They're really low in calories and they just give you kind of like a little satiated feeling. Your regular oranges are the lowest calorie for satiation, so like the feeling of being satisfied while you're eating. So that's the lowest calorie to satiation, ratio. What were you gonna say?
They're lovely on a salad.
Yeah, and you could also like segment them on, put them on a salad. I also love apples on a salad as well, and pears on a salad. The kiwi as well is really low in calories. Pears are slightly higher in calories, but they're also delicious. I do a pear salad with some vegan blue cheese, tiny little bit of walnuts, a little bit of balsamic vinegar, delicious. And then stone fruit, obviously if it's stone fruit season, it's easier. Your berries are going to be your lowest in calorie for the fruit. Raspberries, blueberries, strawberries, and then melon as well. Melon is such a great high volume for low calorie density food. So you're like, so watermelon or any of the cantaloupes or anything like that. Watermelon has the lowest. Watermelon, strawberries, I believe, are the lowest calorie for volume. But I absolutely love as a snack. I get the small ones for Brannock for my son because he's not going to eat the bigger ones. And a couple of slices of apple or an apple sliced up with a tiny bit of peanut butter, like 5 to 10 grams of peanut butter, is a really good snack because it's got protein and it's got fat in it as well, which is going to help you to keep satiated, and that's what we're always looking for. And bananas, of course. Bananas are delicious, full of potassium, vitamin K, going to help you to feel fuller for longer. And so that's our fruit. Again, another lie that people tell us, this is section 4, is carbohydrates. People always say that you can't lose weight and eat carbohydrates, which is absolute baloney. Carbohydrates are not going to make you put on weight. Only eating in a calorie surplus is going to help you to put on weight. But eating carbs is not going to, and again, it's going to help you feel fuller for longer. So these are kind of 3 of my pantry essentials when it comes to carbohydrates. I like the boil in the bag rice because of portion control. You'll notice in the foods as I get further into it, I always go for things that are in portion control. So these ones from Tesco, the basmati rice, I would cook this and then I would use a third of it for me and the other half, the 2/3 then for Vincent. A lot of people ask me, do I cook for the whole family the same way? And yes, but basically I would give Vincent or Brannock, not Brannock, but I would give Vincent more than I would have. So I would have a third of this one cooked. Vincent would have the rest of the 2/3. Then I love these little bags that you get from Aldi or Lidl. They're already made quick and easy. People kind of have such a focus on food prep and trying to make things really complicated and make the meals really like overly fussy and looking for massive recipes. But something like this, yes, it is more processed, but it's still got full of nutrients. So this is a source of fiber. So these ones, we have one of these every week. This is the Spanish style grains from Aldi. We use one of these plus something I'm going to show you now and some vegan koftas, mix it in a bowl. It's full of nutrients. This has got whole grain, black rice, red peppers, chili and a pinch of paprika. So it's got a nice mix. It's got rice as well in it. So it's got a really nice mix, really good for texture. And Brannock loves these as well. And then like French style lentils. So they'd be the source of carbs from the pantry. Then of course, if you can scan over to me, Mum, in here, we would always have the humble potato because we're Irish and one must always have potatoes in an Irish kitchen. I like Maris Pipers and I like baby potatoes. I would slice up a baby potato, like really thin, little bit of spray oil, some seasoning into the air fryer for 15 minutes at a high heat. And you've got like little kind of crisps, chips, French fries kind of style that you would eat then as your carb with your meal. So delicious and so quick and easy. As you can see, I'm really into the quick and easy. Then when it comes to other types of carbohydrate, I also like freezer things. So one of our favorite ones, are the breakfast hash browns from Aldi. These are 88 calories. 88 calories then per one, and I would have one of these with some kind of vegan protein or something like that. Then we are massive fans of the Strong Roots brand in our house. These are chips. Say if I just am really lazy and I don't want to make French fries or chips from potatoes, I will do these. They're 146 calories per portion. Of course, that portion is not the entire bag. You do have to actually weigh out the amount that's in it. So it's 80 grams oven cooked is 146 calories. So you have to cook these then and then weigh them out. See, another thing from Strong Roots. I don't know if I have any actually. I also love their cauliflower hash browns. They are delicious. We eat them all the time. I absolutely love them. And then one of our biggest meals that we eat, the biggest carbohydrate, one of the things we absolutely love are these, cauliflower rice. So this one is the Mediterranean style. So it's like mixed. It's got little bits of peppers and tomatoes and things like that in it. So we would take one bag of this, mix it with that Spanish style grains. I'll get it now. So mix the two of these together, one bag of this, mix it together, and that will feed the family of 3 of us. That will be our carb. We don't have a microwave, so we just steam these on the pan or in a pot. Really simple and easy. And you can get plain variety of those as well. So if you wanted to bulk up your basmati rice, you could use the plain bag and add plain bag of rice and add it to your basmati rice, and that'll bulk out your food then. And my mum doesn't even really like cauliflower, but she can deal with it when we do that. So that's our carbs. Then onto the vegan protein. So these are the less processed vegan proteins that I would eat. Plain tofu, like regular tofu. If you have seen me for a while, if you've seen any of my Cooking with Carla videos, you know that I eat this pretty much every day. Either this one, the cauldron one, or this one from Lidl. But of course, if you're in the States, you would have different varieties, but they would all work out well. Then I adore tempeh. It is one of the highest protein sources for vegan. So this is 14 grams per serving. So per 100 grams, it's got 21 grams of protein in it. Slightly higher in calories, and it does have a kind of a funny taste, but I'll leave down below a recipe on how to make it taste really, really delicious. It's kind of like a smoky, bacony deliciousness. It's so good. So they would be my main sources of vegan, non-processed protein. Now on to the controversial vegan processed meats. I know that some people don't like them. We do eat them, and I did eat them during my weight loss. I figure that I eat the majority of my food as fresh veg and fresh produce. Just giving out to me now because I'm talking with the fridge open. But I still eat vegan processed food. It's handy, it's convenient, it's not the worst thing. I figure, you know, most of my food is pretty decent. It's probably going to be okay. I love the corn vegan ham slices, the smoky ones. They're really tasty. You get 2 slices for 25 calories. Really just takes the edge off sometimes. Then I think the majority of the rest of my vegan protein, the meat replacements, is in the freezer. I would always have some kind of vegan sausage, either the Denny's ones or the Clonakilty. I'd also always have some kind of vegan bacon. I am a huge fan of vegan bacon. This is the pancetta one from Sons of Butchers. Or if you can get the Levy bacon, it's delicious. The only fresh vegan bacon that we can get in Ireland at the moment is the Rudd's one, unfortunately, but it's still really tasty. I also love, as you can see, bacon. The Vivera one, I get this in the north when we go up north. Up to Northern Ireland, we'll pick this one up. And most of these freeze really well. Probably our favourite place to get vegan meat replacements is in Aldi. They have excellent varieties. I'll get the salt and vinegar, no fish fillets. These no pork patties, basically they're like sausage patties. They're so good, and they're 104 calories per patty. But one of the absolute best ones is the no chicken breast from Aldi. These are so low in processed ingredients. There's like only a few ingredients. We were really shocked when we read them. There is basically, it's water, soy protein, bit of oil, citric acid, pea protein, salt, spices, and yeast. And in each one, it's 143 calories and 19 grams of protein. And basically, it's like a chicken breast. You can stick them in the oven. You can put them on the pan. I do them in the way that my mom actually does chicken, like in a little tin foil parcel with some spray oil and some herbs and things like that, and I put them in for like 20-ish minutes on 180. They're so delicious. Oh, these are so good. These are like a treat or Sunday meal for us. These are the no chicken Kieves. They're 347 calories, so they're slightly higher in calories, but they're really worth it and they're delicious. But have those with like peas and carrots and some baby potatoes or something like that. Then the next section will be vegan dairy. My cheese of choice is the Violife smoked cheese. It's 57 calories per slice. This melts really well and I really like the flavour of it. The Applewood smoked is also delicious. I just don't have it in stock. The Violife creamy is an amazing replacement for butter or butter type things if you wanted some toast or something like that. This is so low in calories for the amount that you get, and it's really delicious. It really does taste like cream cheese. You're going to see, and basically we're a big fan of Violife. This is basically it's a fake Parmesan. This, you wouldn't even know that this was not Parmesan, and I have Italian heritage, so I know that that's like sacrilege, but this is really, really delicious. Again, the Violife Epic Mature. This is probably the best vegan. The Richmond one that you can get in the north or in the UK is, I think it's Richmond or is it Charleville, is unreal, but this one is really, really tasty. Aldi's ones are fine. They're not my favourite, but they're pretty decent in price. So these are the mature slices from Plant Menu. That's Aldi's range. And I think these have 59 calories per slice. So it's kind of an average of 59-ish. Like when it comes to milk replacements, Vincent's one of choice is the soy, no sugars. This is 94 calories per, what's it per 100 mils? It's 38 calories per 100 mils. Mine is always oat milk, and it is the Aldi version of the oat milk that they have is the lowest in calories that I've seen. I think it's 39 as well per 100 mil. And then when it comes to vegan yogurt, I really like the Alpro. The Alpro one is our favorite. I only have the cherry in stock, but the vegan Greek and the vegan, or the Alpro Greek and the Alpro, just no, the normal one are really nice. And I forgot one thing to show you. You can't really see it, but it's the Greek block from Violife is excellent. It's really low in calories and it's very like feta cheese. It's so delicious. Because that's the vegan dairy. One of the biggest tricks then is to flavour your food really well, and that's something that we don't do normally. When we think about veg, the people who say to me that they hate vegetables probably have had the bum boiled out of every veg mixed together with no salt, no seasoning, and it tastes like crap. And I'm not here for bland vegetables. We want things to have really good flavour. And yes, I have a massive spice cabinet. I collect spices. I love them. I love cooking with spices. And the majority of what's in here is like nominal calories. So there's like nearly no calories in it. So my number one that you will always use to add flavour is salt. I will always use the Maldon sea salt for cooked food. But if I'm doing water, if I'm like salting water, I will just use like your usual British table salt. I don't know why it had to be British, but that's British table salt. I'm sure it's not been made in Britain, but we'll know. Anyway, and black pepper, so salt and pepper. So they are like your two starter kit if you've never had any kind of seasoning before. Then I would go on towards your more like little adventurous bits. Crushed red chilies, a pinch of this will add just a bit of heat. You don't even need spice, just a little bit of heat into your anything that you're cooking. I also love onion granules and garlic granules. I choose these over the powder because I find that they don't stick as much when you leave them in the cabinet. I find that the powders tend to kind of clump together and it's harder to like break them apart. And then if you've ever seen me before, you'll know spice bag seasoning is my like number one, which is basically Chinese 5-spice powder with salt. Chinese 5-spice powder is star anise, fennel, cardamom, Chinese cassia, Szechuan peppercorn and ginger mixed together. And this is the one that I've always used, is the East by Kwangi Chan. I really apologize if I'm butchering your name. They have changed the packaging a couple of times, so it used to come in like a little pot like this. This is another one that I got, but this has sugar in it. So when you are getting already mixed seasonings, be very careful that there isn't sugar in it because all of a sudden you're adding calories. Then I like, for the mixy kind of things, I love like a garlic and chili mill. This over some green beans on the pan, tiny bit of spray oil, cook that down. That's instantly going to make green beans taste amazing. If you're in the States, I highly recommend this from Trader Joe's. This is my favorite seasoning from Trader Joe's. It's seasoning in a pickle seasoning blend. This on salads is unreal, absolutely delicious. Highly, highly recommend. Also from Trader Joe's, you've got the Green Goddess seasoning and the Everything But the Bagel. Everybody knows these. These are really well known if you live in the States, but definitely for me, the seasoning in a pickle one is far beyond that. If you do not have access to those and you live in Ireland, I highly recommend the Cali Cali seasoning mixes. The garlic and herb one is my favorite. I also like the Little Italy one. Both of them are really tasty, but I prefer this one. This just goes on everything basically. If you need to tap the screen and make it focus. I will always have Italian seasoning in our cupboard. This basically can go on anything, salads, pastas, the vegan chicken, anything. This is so cheap. I think they're like less than €1? Yeah, €1 for a little jar like this, or you can get like a big vat as well. I prefer the Italian seasoning over mixed herbs. I think, what's the ingredient in mixed herbs that we don't like? Marjoram, is it?
Yeah,
marjoram. No, there's marjoram in both. Thyme, oregano. That's weird. It's just marjoram, basil, thyme.
Have lavender in them.
There's no that's herbs de Provence.
Yes.
Yeah, whereas the mixed herbs we like herbs de Provence.
They have the mixed herb got sage in it.
Nope.
No.
Oregano, basil, thyme, and marjoram. And then this has rosemary in the Italian seasoning. That's what makes it taste. It's the rosemary. Rosemary. If you're in the States, Laurie's, this stuff is so good. It's so delicious. And then, of course, one of our favorites of all time. Yes, I realise we have the most ridiculous amount of herbs and seasonings. It's all bay seasoning. This is calorie-free and delicious. I know it's designed for fish. It's fish, isn't it? And poultry.
Yeah.
But we put it on... Yeah, if you put this on the little potatoes that I was suggesting, like your new potatoes sliced up really thin, spray oil and stick this on it, or you put this with your spray oil and your vegan chicken breast and cover this. Delicious. Delicious. So that's basically, as you can see, we have a lot of herbs. We're adding flavour. That's what we want. We want flavour all the time. Then on to the pantry staples. So this might take a while. I'm going to go through the sauces first. So my first thing, I've mentioned spray oil a lot. My spray oil of choice is the rapeseed. Do not cook with olive oil. Olive oil has not been designed for cooking with. Rapeseed oil has a higher smoke point. And this one is 14 calories per serving. So like per spray, it's 14 calories. So it's slightly higher than the likes of your... I think I have another one here. I have like a chili oil one, which is 2 calories per spray, but I just prefer the distribution in this can, spray bottle. I would always recommend having a soy sauce. The Kikkoman is one of the best. This is a low salt soy sauce, so it's not as salty. I also like the Amoy, like a light soy sauce, or the Fused by Uma cheeky chili, so it's kind of got your chili added in there as well. Hot sauce is a big one in our house. We love the Buffalo Tabasco, regular Tabasco, or Frank's Original Red Hot Sauce. They will always be in our pantry. A really good quality mustard is really low in calories and can make a salad dressing really simply. This is the Edmond Fallot Moutarde à Poivre Vert with green peppers. This is so delicious. And I think there's no calories in this, is there? Oh, no, there is. It's 148 calories per 100 grams. So you're never going to be using 100 grams of that. I will always have a vinegar or multiple vinegars in our press. Red wine vinegar is really good for salad dressings. I will always have a white balsamic. It is slightly more expensive, but it's so delicious. And in the same vein, I'll always have your regular balsamic and apple cider vinegar. We use one of these for every single meal, nearly. I'll always have a white rice wine vinegar as well for anything Asian, and sesame oil in the pantry. Sesame oil, obviously it's oil, so it's higher in calories, so just put a tiny drop of this will make a huge difference for flavour. Our light has stopped working in our pantry, so you'll have to bear with me. Things that we will always have: tins of chickpeas, tins of cherry tomatoes, or a high quality tomato is much better than the kind of peeled, cheaper ones. It's going to make a huge difference in flavour for a little bit extra in cost. If you can afford it, I would always recommend either the cherry tomatoes or the kind of more Italian, like muti variety of chopped tomatoes in a tin. We'll always have those in stock. I will always have sliced olives or other kind of pantry essentials, or pickled things like pickles, kimchi. Make sure it's vegan if you're vegan, because most kimchi has fish sauce in it. Kimchi, pickle capers, pickles, that kind of thing are really low in calories, but can bulk out a salad and make them really delicious. I will also always have reduced fat coconut milk in, so this is going into any kind of curry or anything like that. And then I mentioned already, we will also have lots of beans, like baby beetroot. That's going to make a huge difference to a salad. If you like anything that's like slightly pickled, they're delicious. Also, beans, like reduced sugar beans, low in calories. They're really good in protein and they're really tasty and they're just kind of nice comfort food. You'd have those with some vegan sausages, some of like the hash browns or something like that. Really tasty meal. And then your things like your dried beans, dried lentils, that kind of thing I would always have in the pantry as well. Nutritional yeast goes on everything in our household basically. We call it crack or nooch. It goes on literally everything. It's fortified with vitamin B12, which is important for vegans. It has a slightly cheesy taste. It is not cheese. It is not a cheese replacement, but it's really lovely. And we make salad dressings with it. I cover tofu in it instead of using flour to make it really crispy. It basically goes on everything and it's so good. And then when it comes to vegan, or low calorie snacks and foods like that, which is our final one. For a snack, if I like after dinner or like kind of 11s or something like that, I will always have something like a low calorie crisp in stock. So like these are like 100 calorie, no, these are 72 calories per bag. And I like them being an individual portion. It helps with portion control, especially if you're a binge eater or a food addict. It can just stop you from immediately, like if you had a bag this size as opposed to a bag this size, it's putting a delay between you eating the whole thing. Also mini bags of popcorn as well. Then there's a couple of like sweet things that I would have as well that I don't have in stock. So like the Alpro desserts, or I would have yogurt as a dessert as well, and then just make my own fruit compote. I'm sure you've seen me do that. I'll leave a video linked up here to me making that. That is going to make a nice kind of tasty sweet treat. Oh, and I have one more thing I'll show you. These kind of balls, these are energy balls. They're made with dates. You can make them yourself. These ones are the salted date caramel energy balls. They're delicious. They're covered in dark chocolate and they're only 96 calories per ball. And they're just going to give you that feeling of having something sweet without being too high in calories. That's it. Thanks, Mum. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you found it really helpful. Please let me know down in the comments down below what is your favorite weight loss food that you always had stocked in your kitchen or your pantry or your freezer when you were losing weight or as you're losing weight now. Let me know, leave me the emoji that represents that the best if you don't want to write what it is. And if not, then just, give me some hearts or show me a bit of love. Like this video, make sure you're subscribed to see all future things from me. Turn on those notifications so you never miss a video. And most importantly, guys, please do not forget to show up for yourselves. I will talk to you very soon. Bye, guys. Just to get up now.